Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 31 episode 8. In the previous episode we got a death row prisoner. As you can see, they are currently sitting, or sleeping rather, in their bed. Alex Merwood. I actually really I was laughing quite a lot earlier because as you can see there's a parole officer and a parole lawyer in that parole room, and I thought, hang on, that guy's got death row appeal, yet he's obviously not really too bothered about his future because he's having a bit of a lie-in on the morning. But it's actually not the case. It's the old game glitching out again, and Delorme is actually being taken to parole, even though that area is designated as death row only. And for whatever reason, right, we have our parole rooms here. That parole is high risk, and that is death row only. Yet for some reason, that guy, the death row inmate, always goes to that parole room, and everybody else goes to that parole room. So basically, TLDR, the game is bugged as always. There's a bit of a glitch. So you can't have two paroles by the look of it. What I'm going to have to do, or what I think I'm going to do, is probably dismantle this common room, the one I just built in the previous episode, dismantle that and have that as parole, which means that everybody can go to the same parole room, and then we can probably do something with this one. I don't know what yet, but we'll see what happens. Either way, it's a massive cluster, and it's going to be problematic. So let's get on with it. I will simply go to... Actually, I'll do it at night because then it's going to help us out a little bit, isn't it? Anyway, yeah. In the previous episode, we got the Alex Merwood having a wee. He's our death row inmate. Shall we see if we can get any more? We cannot get any more. Yeah, you can see payment for getting them is 250. 2,500, but we can't yet get any more. We've only got the one. Look at that there. That really annoys me. That is definitely in deployment set as death row. So there's no way that that prisoner should be allowed in there, and there's no way that that prisoner should be allowed over there. So I don't know why, and I don't think I can change it from the not grants, from the programs area. So parole hearing, it says it's there. No, I don't want it there, thank you very much. But if we've got a death row appeal, oh wait, it is over there. It's set there, so I'm going to have to change that. Anyways, any other programs we can do? Guard taser certification, we don't really need to do that. We could say edit schedule, and as you can see, we've got this parole hearing. So we need to spin it round, I guess. This is the only way to do it. So that's death row. Parole death row is currently scheduled between 6, 7, and 8 in there. So we need to change that. So we'll remove that, and we will move. Can we move that over? Yeah, we can move that over to there. So that's a death row appeal, right? And then we don't need to pin that. Oh, I've just removed it. God damn it. It's I don't really use it, that whole edit schedule, because it's really annoying. Let's go to death row appeal and start that, and then we'll go to edit schedule. So look, if it's putting the death row appeal as standard for some reason in max sec, which is obviously not what we want, so we'll have to then manually move it over. Move it over to there. Okay, there's that sorted. And then what we'll do, we will start a parole hearing, and we can start a couple of parole hearings like so, and then go to edit schedule, and yes, that is now fine. It is in the max sec, and now death row appeal is there. I need to unpin that program because we don't want to set. If you pin it, basically it means it can't be moved at all. That is fine. We'll start another parole hearing. We'll go to edit schedule. And yes, it's actually changed it around. We don't want that. We want to click on that and move it to there. We'll need to unpin that as well. Fantastic. Right, okay. So that's the only way to fix it, yes. So it can be fixed. It's just the game it's the game not taking into account, by the look of it, the designations of each parole room. So that's fine. We've managed to fix that issue. Fantastic. Okay. It means I don't have to dismantle 30 rooms, because I'd have to dismantle that, move that down to there, put another door in, and then redesignate stuff, and massive pain. Anyway, it's resolved now. So, fantastic. Anyway, what are we going to do this episode? Well, we can't really do a lot because we haven't got a lot of money, so let's resolve that issue. Let's go to grants, and we could go for cell block C, which increases our capacity, and what I would do is then expand it to this side, but I'm not going to do that. A couple of people have asked me to expand, and I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but we'll see. Prisoner acclimatization and engagement. 10 grand advance payment, and then another 10 grand for the fixing. For the actual, or 10 grand for completing it, 10 grand for starting it. I could cheat out and get that, which gives us 10 grand, right? And then what you do, you go to, again, this is a bit of the old bureaucracy thing that I've mentioned before. you go to a bit of the old cleaning cupboard, right? So just pause it for a second. This is going to cost me a bit of money though, but it's not too bad. And we need a bit of, where is it? Cleaning cupboard. Designate that as cleaning cupboard, right? Which is minimum size 3x3 and indoors. Done. Then what you do, you go to deployment. No, it's not deployment. Logistics. Then you go to prison labour. Well, there's 3 people assigned there. 3 there. 3 there. And there you go, there's that done. Even though they're all staff only, so they can't actually work there. And then we cancel them all off, and then we remove the room. That is proper bureaucratic nonsense, that, isn't it? Well, technically, yes, it did say assignment. It doesn't say work, it said have them assigned. We have had them assigned, Mr. Guy at the top, yes. Yes, there's all the boxes ticked and signed. That's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we've just done there. One thing I did last episode is I made some CCTV cameras, or put some CCTV cameras around here in execution and parole and stuff, and then I assigned it to that security camera there. A couple of people have been saying that they don't really like the feel of that. It seems to be it make more sense having everything assigned to one circuit. The problem that a couple of people have is that the execution is not always monitored, same as this here. And that doesn't seem right, especially when it is death row. You always want that monitored, and I actually agree fully. So, I fully agree. I agree with you entirely. I'm going to put in another CCTV monitor in here. There. And then what we'll do is we will redesignate the cameras. So, what I want to do, I want to have 8 cameras. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. It means I can actually go to our CCTV and put some CCTV cameras in like so. And that will allow us to keep an eye on... Actually, they're in the wrong place, them ones. Okay. Sorted. Okay, and we'll just let them crack on that, and then we'll have to change all of the CCTV stuff over there. Right. I've got the theme tune to Brazil in my head. It's the Brazil, well, hearts are entertained in June. I don't know why I've got that. Well, I do know why I've got that theme in my head. It's because I watched Brazil the other day. But weird. Anyway, I was talking about sort of bureaucratic nonsense and stuff like that, and in a couple of videos ago, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have to watch this again. Anyway, do we have any prisoners? Oh yes, 2 prisoners are up for parole. We're now starting to get a an actual throughput here where prisoners are actually going to leave. Why is that person? Oh, I was going to say, why is that person wearing an orange uniform? It's not just I was zoomed out and he's actually taking his clothes off. Yeah, there we go. Right, so what do we need to do? What do we need to do? Bit of scratchy beard action. Not that I've got a beard, you understand. Just haven't shaved in a couple of days. Security cameras. Need to get them fixed, don't we? I know we could put some more automatic doors, but I don't really want to do that. We should have an automatic door opener on there, though. That should have been one that should have been in place. So we'll put that in there. Right. We don't have... This is a weird one then now, then. We've got that door opener there controls all the doors in the prison, including the ones there, but they don't actually have a view to them doors around there. So we could change it. We could put another door opener around this area, but do we want to do that? Just for theme, I think we're going to do it. Just for sake of theme, we will put that in, even though it is a total waste. And you know what? There is a part of me thinking that it is a complete waste. We don't need to do it. So you know what? I'm not going to do it for the time being. Let's just get these wires sorted. So, show wires. Oh my good grief, unsure wires. Right, that one there. Want to get rid of all of the designations. No wires at all. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... and 6, 7, 8. Yeah, because you wouldn't have that CCTV monitor monitoring the camera. You wouldn't have that camera there connected up to that monitor, because all you do is you'd be looking at your own ass constantly. Which, if you're that vain, then maybe you want to do that. But yeah, I don't think we'll bother. I don't think we need to do that. I can just see once again. I've just got the image of this security guard just going, yeah, look at that. See? Yeah. Just making the security camera constantly point towards his back. I can just see him stand there. He looks around. It's like a late shift. It's at like 1 o'clock in the morning. He goes, nobody's here. So he's like dancing around, so you can see his back dancing, and just pulling funny faces at the camera, so he can see himself on the monitor. And then his boss walks in holding a coffee. What are you doing? What? Nothing at all. Yeah. Oh, good grief, that train of thought went on for longer than it should have done. Right, okay, so we have 29,768 generic units of currency. I think it is about time we actually put some flooring in and such. So here we go. We're going to do a bit of the old... I like the ceramic floor. It is expensive, but it does look very... very... 70s. I don't know why, but it looks very... Oh, my good grief. It just cost me $8 grand. Oh. Yeah, it looks very... clinical. I think the white tiles look a bit too clean, so I'm going to use the them tiles there. Yes. Anyway, is that a chef? It is. It's a cook that's just taken a meal to Maywood. Remember, they don't actually leave their cells. One thing we haven't done, actually, we haven't unlocked. Our lawyer's still going for reduced execution liability. It takes 3 in-game days. We haven't unlocked small cells or permanent punishments. It's something I haven't done yet. And I know there's been a couple of comments I mentioned about this area here last episode, about the fact that we haven't done much to this area at all. We've just left it as is. And there was a couple of comments saying, well, what you could do, you could unlock the liability. The small cell block. Then what you could do, you could start basically delete all this and redesign it. And I'm not actually against that. And so much that I'm actually going to remeasure this thing. So if that's the cell there, it has to be a minimum of. Actually, it doesn't have to have a. Well, it removes the minimum, so you can have a 2x2 cell. You could actually have like an L-shaped one, but it wouldn't really work out just because of the way the doors work and such. So we'll have it like that, okay? So if we just have it like that, for example. How many can we fit in? And if it works, I might think about doing it. No, we would actually have a little bit of an odd area. So we could maybe expand it a little bit more. So let's just see what that would do. So if we expand it down to there, 2x2x2x2x2. We still have an odd size one. I'm still not against it, though. I just don't know if it'll be... necessary or not. We'll see about that. I think because we are getting close to the next alpha. Actually, we're not really close to. We're only sort of midway through, aren't we? We might do that. We might end up changing these cells around, but it will be a bit of a task. Now, obviously, we've got full capacity now. What we'd have to do is shove them out into the, say, holding cell for one day, and it would be a bit of a nightmare. So we'll see what happens with that one. We'll see what happens. Right. What I want to do, I want to start to put in, I don't really want grass, I want gravel around the yard there. And then what I want to do is basically put gravel in all of these spaces. Now, gravel looks actually quite terrible in-game, but that's sort of the point. I did use road, I think, before, and it sort of looked alright. But, yeah, we're going to put gravel in this area, so we'll put gravel like that. Now, obviously, you can't place gravel indoors, so there's no problem with me placing it as I am. And I was thinking, it's a bit weird this one, but I was thinking that, actually I will put grass in the kennel. There would be a bit of grass in the kennel, I think. Yeah, that would make sense to me. I was thinking about putting grass around here. Around this area here, just to liven it up a bit, but, nah, I think we'll leave it. It's actually, a bit telling that, isn't it? The fact that I have just said, oh, we're not going to put grass anywhere because I don't want it quite dingy, and my sort of choice is that it's to consciously remove colour and derive sort of colour and flavour from basically the prisoner's like perception and awareness. They're going to come out and they're not going to see nice green trees. They're going to see dark, dingy, grey gravel, right? I've made that choice. That's why I did it, yeah? Thinking, keep it, loads it down, blah, 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 right? More punishment sort of thing, yeah? However, I went to the dogs. Oh, the dogs need grass. There you go. I've sort of treated them dogs better than the prisoners. Although I guess we're not punishing the dog, are we? I guess, you know. And maybe the dog, you know, hasn't committed 3 homicides. So who knows? Or maybe that isn't the case. Maybe the dog is a psychotic murdering machine. Who knows? Maybe it's that one there. Don't know why the jaws, but yeah, that one. Sorted. Right, okay, so there's the gravel, and ooh, I like the gravel. Yeah, gravel goes well. Fantastic. I also realised there's nothing really to do around here. We've never really messed around with the canteen. We put it in and it works. So I didn't really see any need any need to change it. And yeah, thought we'd leave it as is. We still have a crackdown on drugs, which is fine. 10 illegal narcotics. Just going to check Maywood here, and his likelihood of clemency is still 19%. I'm pretty sure they do have a. We do have a program for them, which is, hang on, it is behavioural psychological death row appeal. 1 finished and 0 passed. Why is the death row appeal in there? Ah, because it's changed it around again. Let's move that up there. Move that parole hearing over there. Death row appeal moved down to... I don't know why it puts it at 6 AM. Why does it put it at 6 AM? Let's put it, like, there. Right in the midday. That'll do the job, won't it? Actually, we can't have parole hearing at the same time now that I think about it. That. There we go. That's much better. Lovely. Right. So, parole hearings in there. That's done. So, death row appeal is now scheduled. 1 finished, 0% passed. Can they have another one? I don't know. I think they only get 1 appeal. They have a need for spirituality. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, look. Death row appeal failed. Likelihood of clemency 19%. The likelihood that the appeals board will grant clemency and commute the prisoner's death row sentence. Each unsuccessful appeal lowers this until the state-approved conviction strength, at which point full authorization is to process is given. Scheduling the execution before this point will result in extreme penalties if it's later found that the prisoner's appeal would have been successful. So clemency is granted, the prisoner will be immediately released if found innocent, or treated as maximum security if judged as guilty still. There you go, that tells us. And the state-approved conviction strength is 5%. I'm trying to increase that to 10%. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that last episode, and obviously we've also shown that we do have that execution liability going up as well. So... yes, let's just. So it definitely says we can. It doesn't say we can't do more than one. It does imply there as well. It says each. No. It does say. Blah blah blah. Let's have a quick look. Each unsuccessful appeal lowers the value. Each unsuccessful, so you can have more than one. Can we get more death row inmates? We can have more death row inmates. Right. More. We'll have one more, I think. I think we will do. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. So, we can have, tomorrow, another death row inmate. So, we are still trying to get more inmates. We need to finish off some more... finish off some more flying around here. So, we'll put these like that. It's going to be the flooring around it. And there you go, there's the prisoner receiving their meal. There we go. And there's all that put in. I think we'll have a metal floor in the cells for death row. I don't know why, it just sort of makes sense to me. And then we'll have metal floor around everywhere else, actually. That might look okay. Just to make it really... almost sort of comically hard-edged, you know, almost sort of cliched in a way, like, you know, metal grate, you know, you cannot escape. Which is a bit weird, because then, you know, you would actually put it over the walkways instead, but whatever, it's fine. There we go, there's a lot of money spent, but, you know, we have to do this at some point, so we might as well get on with it. We also need the concrete tiles like that. Now, this is what, obviously, people are calling the green mile. Sadly, the only thing green is grass, and it can only be placed inside, so it's not going to be green, it's going to be, it's going to instead be, well, it's going to be this sort of concrete tile. I think inside the execution, I don't like the idea of metal floor. I have this horrible feeling of like it getting grounded and then, you know, going through everybody's feet and things like that, which yes, I know that like there'll be electrical engineers there going, that's not how it works. Yes, I know that's not how it works, but either way, I don't like the idea of that. I think what would be best? Ceramic floor, I think. Ceramic floor is probably going to be the best one, and oh my good grief, expensive, 5 grand! 5 grand! That is far too expensive. And also, that looks pretty horrible because of the size of this thing. I should really, if I'm being a bit, I am being a bit pedantic about this, I should really extend this execution down a bit, so this is the same width. Yeah, which I'm going to do, because, as I said, I am a bit pedantic, a lot pedantic. Dismantle, and then dismantle that there. And then we want to demolish walls. Them ones. And obviously we will expand our execution. If I can find the thing, it is... Where is it? Execution, there it is. Don't say that one hasn't been ordered, that bit there. Yes, it has been ordered, just one workman. There we go, there's execution expanded down. And that door, I did definitely tell them to dismantle it. There we go. They're getting on with that now. And then we can expand our ceramic floor down. And then obviously we're going to have to put in another door servo, like that. And then finally we'll put on that door, which will be there. And obviously we'll have to wire the thing up as well. But you know, we'll get on with that in a moment. We don't really need to bring these chairs down, they're fine where they are. I could actually bring them down and put another row in. 3 rows of 3. Do I want to do that? Could do that. Don't know. I'll just wire this up. That's sure wires, that's even worse than I thought. Door control. There. Sorted. Door control is all set up. Excellent. Do I want to move these chairs down? So we'd have, let's just quick planning here. We'd have a row there, a row there, and a row there. No, I think that's fine as is. I don't think we need to really reduce that. Right, so let's just check our planning. We need to just remove that planning there because there's nothing else to do, and that actually looks quite good. I like that. I like the way that looks. Yep, I can get down with that. That's okay. That is fine. Right, so we have one prisoner arriving from Death Row, as you can see, and one prisoner is due for release. Family waiting visit. We do need to finish this room, like so, like that. That should do us quite nicely. Right, we need to do things like the common room and such and things like that. I actually do want to work down from this area though, because as I said, I might be changing this huge cell block, so we don't really want to sort of mess with it. Obviously, the shower ain't going to change, so that's fine. But the rest of these won't change. We'll see later. We'll see later. Anyway, that's that door. Sort of glitching out a bit. I think I might put an automatic door servo on that. There we go. It's a bit overkill for where it is. We'll put one on there as well, just so you can get access to the entire area without any problems. There we go. That makes sense. And there's some people actually doing some weights, lifting the heavy thing, and just keep lifting the heavy thing. We have our newer. It is newer. It is newer than the old one. Our new Death Row Inmate turning up. So, who are they going to be? Last time they weren't a legendary prisoner and they weren't a violent prisoner as well. They don't really have a trait. They have skilled fighter, but they don't have anything else. So we don't know what that guy's just being run over by a bus. So we don't know who we're going to get. So John Page, sentenced to 25 years for multiple crimes including murder, aggravated assault, armed robbery. Has a mother, age 50, and he's been convicted of, good grief, murder, aggravated assault, armed robbery, grievous bodily harm, rape, aggravated assault, armed robbery, and murder. Good grief. He's a skilled fighter, and he's going to be taken to there. So we now have 2 death row inmates. So that is something we will have to... I'm going to put some of these metal floors around there like that. There we go. So that's something we're going to have to obviously keep an eye on and such. So we'll see what happens there. Let me just put some more flooring around this place, and I think I will go for the metal floor in these cells. I do like metal floor in the cells. I might even put it over there just as default. That's what I'm going to do. I do like the wooden floor in security, but it does actually slow them down. So that's always a bit of a problem one. But it seems like wooden floor in like the admin-y type centers. It's not really admin center, I know, but you get the idea. Put metal floor there. Some concrete tiles along there. Don't want to do between here. It'll probably be metal tile, wouldn't it? Normally I have like a double doors. So I have like a large jail door and then like some sort of jail door, or even like an automatic door, or whatever. Basically the high security door I can have. And then I have like another section where I'll have basically 2 doors, like a sort of atrium airlock type thing. And that's generally what I have. But yeah, I haven't put that in at the moment, so it's not really risky, because to get there you have to go through a couple of jail doors and you're in the place where all of the guards are, so I don't think it's really problematic, but definitely something I have to keep an eye on, because it could go all terribly wrong at any moment. Let's just connect up them doors. There we go. So now this entire area here is automatic. Oh, there's some narcotics. That's good. I'm glad I found some narcotics, because as you can see, crack down on drugs, find 10 illegal narcotics. That's one of our overall goals. 1 prisoner awaiting solitary confinement. Yeah, it'll be him. That's why the dog walks up and down here. They get sniffed out. We can smell the drugs. We've actually just started to hit, like you see, 100 and... Oh, is that our appeals layer? We have got an appeals layer. Ooh, right. This is interesting. This guy's now going for a bit of death row appeal. Another death row appeal to see if his likelihood of clemency will be reduced, and we'll see what happens. So there we go. That'll be his second one, and it'll keep getting reduced and reduced and reduced. So this is the first time we actually started making money. We're actually gaining 177 generic units of currency a day, which is not much, obviously, but it's, you know, it's enough, I guess. We could do education reform program. We get a 15 grand advancement, then we get a completion bonus if we get 15 prisoners pass foundation education course. If we just go to programs, we can see that our foundation education program, nobody's interested, same as the general education qualification, so that would never be finished, so I'm not even going to take that. We've still got this really weird high need for clothing, which I don't know why that is. We are delivering stuff, so yeah. We've got a parole cutoff of 15%, which I don't think is too bad, but, you know, we'll have to see what we can do. Workshop safety and the kitchen safety and hygiene. I keep calling it kitchen health and safety, and that annoys some people, but tough. I always think it's kitchen health and safety, because you have to pass a health and safety course to work in kitchens and stuff like that. But yeah, we could do them, but obviously we don't have a workshop, and the kitchen, we don't really want people working in there anyway, so there's no problem with that. We've still got our really hard policy of punish everybody for anything. That's fine. And what else can we do? I don't think there's anything we can really do here. Grant cell block C is 10 grand advance payment, and then we get a little bit of a bonus when we complete it of 20 grand. It's not a little bit, it's a good bonus actually, but obviously we're never going to get that, because you need to increase your capacity to 100, and we're not even at 50. Technically we were sort of at 50 for about 3 seconds, but we obviously changed that around. Inmate Nutritional Research is a weird one. Manufacturing facility we're not going to get. I'm going to go for the... So the nutritional research, I don't really want to experiment in this place, but it does seem to be Yeah, serve a single low quantity, low variety meal for 2 days, and then serve 3 high variety. That means it's changing the entire schedule. So again, I don't like that. And you know what? I'm not going to do that. We're not about the cash in this one, certainly not. We have been about before in different ones, but not in this one. So we're not going to do any of that. What I do want to do though, because it has been annoying me a little bit, is that there. Obviously, there should be doors or little access to these areas here. Like that, and like that. There we go. That's about right. Is that one done? Yeah, that's done. Most of these are done. That still annoys me, the fact that underneath the fence, it's just that same old dirt, which is just like, ugh, horrible and murky. Let's see if Aston Doyle. He's just had spiritual guidance completed 2 times. What's his grading? Reoffending chance 47%. We're not really doing much there. And he's tough, and he definitely doesn't want to join my sort of security force. Not really a security force, but you understand. It's the secret security force, really, isn't it? Right, let's just go to planning. We just need to get rid of some planning here, and there's actually not much planning left. It's only in this area, really. Obviously, we're not getting a lot of money, but because we haven't got a lot of turnover, which is why it's going to be a bit problematic finishing these areas off. Anyway, let's speed up to max speed. We've got some grants that not grants, we've got some things that we could stop. So obviously we're doing things like the Alcoholics Anonymous. We could do that. Alcoholics Group Therapy. It's not Alcoholics Anonymous, it's Alcoholics Group Therapy. We could stop that if we wanted to, but no real need, I don't think. No, well, we've got that going there, but that would reduce our money. Anyway, so it looks like our prisoner. Where have they gone? Oh. Oh. Have they been let out? Appeals lawyer. They can't have been let out. No. Alex Marewood. There it is. There he is there. Alex Marewood served 0.9 years of a 126-year sentence. He has actually had his sentence commuted to life in prison, basically. He is now no longer on death row and is instead here. He's here. Didn't expect that, actually. So now he's going to join the rest of these. So, we don't have a death row prisoner. That's why you do it. That's why you do the whole parole thing. That's why you do it in the first place. Because otherwise, I could have, put him in execution. Bang. I would have got, that would have been deemed incorrect. Interesting. So, we still only, we now only have John Page, who's got a likelihood of clemency 37%. We now actually do have, though, a state-approved conviction strength. It's 10%. It's now 10%, so because we've just finished our grant of state reduced execution liability, so we've got that now. So that is, it's still, it's still 10%. Still a fairly big margin of error considering we are killing someone. But yeah, we still need to keep putting them through the whole appeals process and see what happens there. Right, I think we're going to call it there, and next episode we will continue on. I didn't expect Marewood to get that appeal reduced, but his appeal pushed through and whatnot. Interesting, but that's why you do it, as I said. So where is he? Where's he living these days? He is maybe around here. There's Eaglebeak. Page. He'll be around here then. Somewhere. He's somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's praying. He's playing, thank you, God! Thank you! Oh, good grief. Literally praying for his life, and there's looks like it's worked out for him. Ah, well. Can't argue with that, I suppose. Right. Next episode, we will continue on, I guess. There's nothing else to really build extra. Well, obviously, we need to put flaws and things like that. But, yeah, just continue on as normal. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.